Say again?
You driving that Jeep?
Yeah.
Oh.
You work with Prats?
Yep. Damn right there.
That was my previous company.
Huh?
That was my previous company.
Oh, really?
I'm from Prats before.
Oh, I didn't know. I've
Prats
been working
and,
for Prats and I've been working there for over 20 years.
Really?
I
You
mean,
do
Based
the...
out of Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's Winnipeg, yeah.
Yep.
I work with Brad Naron, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a good boss.
Yeah. Just 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
Then I switched to South Run, US. Morning. Alas 6 ng umaga. Sarap pa matulog, guys. Na bitin ako dahil sa editing kagabi. Anyway, kumusta ang inyong araw? You get out there. Alam mo, minsan itong mga stupido na walang utak. Pasensya na sa word ko, but it's true. Woo, what a life! 6 hours to Winnipeg. Pero hindi na ako papasok ng Winnipeg today. Dahil didiretso ako hanggang Ontario. Hey guys, so nakabalik na ulit ako dito sa, kailan ba ako last tumigil dito? Pine Grove rest area. Ito yung nag-iisang rest area dito sa Manitoba bago ka papasok. Tingnan mo gaano kaganda ng rest area dito, di ba? Ang ganda niyan. May mga wolf dito minsan. Wolf, beer. So, before dito ako tumitigil pag papunta dati sa Tanker, pag pumupunta kami dito sa Ontario, Kenora, Nestor Falls, or saan ba? Dito kami laging stop over, pahinga saglit. Then now, first time ko sa Q-Line na oversized load napapasok ng Ontario. It's my first time. It's my first time. Pero pag dito ka babiyahe, masanay ka na. Wala kang option. Hey! Hello? Oh, there's somebody.
They're friendly.
Oh, they're friendly?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a wolf. Scared me. Oh my god, akala ko wolf. So isa lang kasi yung washroom dito. Then yun nga, sabi ko, merong mga ano dito, may mga wild animal. Minsan kasi nung bumabiyahe ako dito, may mga wolf ako nakikita sa highway. Kaya mahirap tumigil dito pag gabi. Say again?
Driving that Jeep?
Yeah.
Oh,
You work with Prats?
yep. Damn right there.
That was my previous company.
Huh?
That was my previous company.
Oh, really?
I'm from Prats before.
Oh, I didn't know. I've
Prats
been working
and,
for Prats and I've been working there for over 20 years.
Really?
I
You
mean,
do
Based
the...
out of Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's Winnipeg, yeah.
Yep.
I work with Brad Naron, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a good boss.
yeah. Just 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
Then I switched to South Run, US.
Oh,
Yeah. What's your name?
Kent.
Oh, I heard your name before. You do the Port Francis?
Yeah, I used to do
Oh,
work.
yeah, yeah. I heard you before.
Yep.
Yeah, you do the Port Francis.
Now we
Yeah.
got another guy doing it.
Yeah, so that was my previous company, guys. My first trucking company.
Ah, you got a Freightliner.
Yes, sir.
Better than International.
So far, still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, so good. There's one guy before and Pratt, this small guy. What's that name? Bald here.
Mel?
Huh? Mel. Yeah, where is he?
Mel. Oh, he's
Retired?
yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, Mel doing the Port Francis before,
Yeah,
right?
he was very fast because they used to pay him straight on throughway. So he'd be out there by noon hour at work,
Yeah.
and he'd be back by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock next.
And I think he's doing by himself, right?
Yep, he was good and he was fast.
Now
He
and
was doing 105 all the way down to Port Francis, 105 all the way down.
really?
Yeah.
Even in 71?
Yep.
Where?
Well, I mean, obviously you had to slow down on some of those curves.
Oh.
But,
How much did they pay for the swamper?
my swamper is getting
So that's the swamper,
$70
guys.
an hour now.
Hey?
Getting $70 an hour now.
17?
Yep.
$17
I get
an hour.
23.50 an hour.
So that one is a double slipper inside?
Yeah, but you don't have to use it. They supply the hotel room at the Vermilion. In
Oh,
your
you have
hotel.
hotel in Vermilion?
Yeah. Well,
You stay in a hotel?
Yeah, not in Vermilion, but Deer Falls, Ontario, which is about another hour and 15 minutes up the road from Vermilion Bay
Oh, okay, yeah.
on 105.
Because Red Lake is my route before. After Pratt's, I worked with Torque Enterprise in St. Andrew.
Oh.
And then I switched to Paul's Hauling.
Oh, Paul's Hauling Fuel, yeah.
Yeah, that's my route, Red Lake there. And Port Francis. Yeah, now this company is from Saskatoon.
Saskatoon?
Yeah.
Saskatchewan plate.
Yeah, Saskatchewan plate.
Yeah.
So this is my first time running with the oversized load in Ontario, because most of the time I went to South.
Have permits.
Yeah, as long as I have permits.
Yeah.
Then after this one, heading to New Brunswick to pick up another oversize.
Oh, New Brunswick. Oh, that's a long haul.
Yeah.
You'll get to see the ocean.
Yeah. It's a long drive.
It is a long drive.
And it's oversized load, so
Yeah.
takes time. Lots of downtime.
Are there any restrictions on times you can travel with an oversized load?
Hey?
You have a time restriction on?
Yeah, in US mostly sunrise and sunset.
Oh.
You have to watch your sunset. You can drive 30 minutes before sunrise. Example, the sunrise is 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So 4:30 you can start driving 30 minutes before sunrise. And 30 minutes after sunset. If the sunset is 10 o'clock, you can still drive up to 10:30 after sunset. 30 minutes, yeah. But summertime in South, you finish your 11 hours, but the sun is still up.
Yeah, I know.
But on winter, that's our problem in winter, because it's only 9 hours on daylight.
It gets dark early.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, Kent. I have to go.
All right.
Yeah, take care.
Have a safe one.
You too. So guys, yan ang company na pinasukan ko before. Malapit lang sa bahay. So ang driver dyan, merong swamper ang tawag, pero helper. May helper, pero hindi sila nag-hire ng helper outside Canada. So ang helper dito lang din sa Canada. So bayad siya, sabi niya $17 an hour yung helper. So yun ang una kong transport company. Una kong transport sa Canada. Dati ako nagda-drive dyan ng 5 ton driver ako. Yung class 5 na license ko. So yun ang aking unang dinadrive din nung makakuha ako ng lisensya. Dahil yung company na yan, nung una inoferan nila ako ng papaaralin nila ako ng class 1. Sabi ko hindi ako mag-aaral ng class 1, na kayo ang magbabayad kasi ayokong makontract, no? I think nasabi ko na to before. Then ginawa ko, nag self-learning ako hanggang sa nakuha ko yung class 1. Kasi before, nung bago ako sumampa sa class 1 dyan, yung France na yan, yung driver ko puti. Ngayon yung driver ko na puti, alam niya na truck driver ako. Yung aking resume, alam niya na truck driver ako. Sabi niya, sige, ikaw muna ang mag-drive ng truck. Papuntang, ang ruta namin nun, Brandon, Souris. Ikot kami ng Highway 2. So, madaling araw, dahil puyat siya, ako nagda-drive ng truck. Tutulog siya sa gilid. So, yung time na yon na pinapadrive niya ako, bago siya darating sa yard, yung truck naka-ready na, nakaganyan na. Nakapwesto na ganyan, naka-hook up na, mga papilis. Kasi, nung time na binigyan nila ako ng chance na, sige, mag-helper ka muna ng truck hanggang sa masanay ka sa class 1, ganito, bla bla bla. Yun ang ginagawa kong training. Take advantage ko yung time na binigay, yung panahon na binigay sa akin na gagawin akong helper ng truck. Take advantage ko yun. Kasi nakapag trucking school ako for 3 hours, kinuha ko lang yung idea paano gawin ng air brake, yung mga sasabihin. And then yun ang ina-apply ko bago darating yung aking driver na puti. Kinuha ko na yung truck, assigned truck. Kasi titignan mo sa papel, ano yung assigned truck, assigned trailer. Then hahanapin ko yung trailer. Ginawa ko na siyang pre-trip. Pini-pre-trip ko na yung truck at saka trailer, tapos hook up. Yun ang pinaka yung ginagawa sa trucking school na gagawin. So ginawa ko na dun sa trucking company na yan. So now I'm doing every now and then, halos every day, yung aking pag-helper. Siguro naka 2 weeks akong helper sa kanya. Hindi to yung driver na, hindi yung driver na yan. Ano yan siya, regional driver yung bumabiyahe sa Ontario. Hanggang sa nasanay na ako, nag-pick up ako, nag-contact ako ng trucking school na may tao, Indiano yung ginamit ko, yung Highway King. Sabi ko, meron ka bang bakanting available spot sa exam sa tracking? Siya, meron. Sabi ko, pero wala pa akong pera. Sabi niya, wag mo na isipin yung pera, kunin mo yung spot kasi sayang, wala akong estudyante, exam ka, tsaka mo na bayaran. So inutang ko yung aking pagkuha ng class 1. So pumasa sa kanya. So after ko maipasa yung class 1, nag-take ako Sabado. The next Monday, binigay ko na yung papel ko na lisensya, kasi papel pa lang yung binibigay. Umalis na sila. Papel pa lang yung binibigay nun kasi 2 weeks pa yata yung plastic. So sabi ni Brad Naron, yung Pilipino na transfer manager doon, sabi niya, paano daw ako nakakuha ng lisensya? Sabi ko, yeah, basta bigyan mo ako ng truck, tsaka natin mag-uso. So siyempre meron akong class 1, kaya doon ako nag-start, nag-drive. Binigyan niya ako ng ruta papuntang Ashern Highway 6 hanggang papuntang basta dulo pa ng Highway 6. Naging ruta ko rin dito sa Ontario. And then nung gamay ko na, doon ako kumuha ng aking US visa para babiyahe ako ng South. Yung South yung pa-America, kasi North tong Canada, North Canada. North America to South America. So yun ang pinakaunang transport company na pinasukan ko, na ginawa kong training ground para makuha ko yung aking lisensya. Ito yung pangit sa Ontario. Oversized load. Wow. How she is, man. So oversized load. Kaya dito sa Ontario, hindi ka makakagawa ng within 10 hours ng 1,000 kilometers. Why? Ahon losong, speed mo lang 72, 80, 90. Wala. Kaya pagit dito bumiyahe. Guys, Vermilion Bay, Ontario. Merong campground dito na tinatawag na Blue Lake. Yung mga taga Manitoba, puntahan nyo tong Blue Lake. Hindi pa ako nakarating dito, pero maganda. Paano mo nasabi? Nabasa ko sa ito, madalas kong tinitigilan before pag papunta ako ng Red Lake, kuha ng kape. And then yung Red Lake papunta dito sa unahan, sa 105, doon merong ice road. Pag winter time, may ice road dito, doon sa north. Anyway guys, Dryden, City of Dryden, Ontario. Guys, town of Ignis. I think dito na ako magpapahinga. Woo! The township of Ignis is located on the busy junction of Trans-Canada Highway and Highway 17, 2.5 hours west of Thunder Bay and 5.5 hours east of Winnipeg and 599, Ontario's most northerly paved highway leading to north to Savant Lake, Piggy Lake, and Winter Roads further north to many First Nations communities. So dito ako magpapalipas ngayon ng parking sa nakikita ninyo kaninang drone shots dito sa town of Ignes sa may Petropas dahil I'm so tired. Kailangan ko na rin magpahinga dahil maaga pa akong nagsimula kaninang umaga and almost 12 hours na yung aking driving kanina, pero yung aking natatakbo pa lang ay it's only 1,026 kilometers sa 12 hours. Kasi why? Hindi ako makakahataw ng takbo dahil ang kalsada dito sa Ontario is ahon, losong, kurbada, kaliwa, subida, bahada. So wala akong magagawang, hindi ko makukuha yung 1,200 kilometers in 12 hours dahil sa situation ng highway. Then mabigat ng konti yung aking load na kinarga. So from here sa aking position, meron pa akong 1,031 kilometers hanggang doon sa SMS equipment sa Timmins, Ontario. So ang aking load, ibababa ako doon and then pupunta ako ng Beresford, New Brunswick. I'm not talking to you. Beresford, New Brunswick. This is my second time na babalik sa New Brunswick dito sa Q-Line. It's my first time na dala ko ang truck ng Q-Line papuntang New Brunswick. Pipick up ako ng load doon, pabalik ng Johnson, Saskatchewan. Oversized load. Hindi siya ganong kalapad, hindi siya ganong kataas, but oversized load yung aking kukunin na load sa New Brunswick. So, shout out sa aking mga naka-follow, mga followers, mga subscribers dyan sa Moncton at saka dyan sa PEI kay Jobin Disagon. It's too far behind. Ang layo ng PEI papuntang Beresford. It's 4 hours, I think 4 hours and a half. And Moncton is around 2 hours ang Moncton. Naalala ko yung Moncton about dun sa shooting before na pinagbabaril yung mga pulis dyan sa Moncton, New Brunswick. I think dyan yan. Doon nangyari yung shooting, kaya na-ban yung mga Armalite dito sa Canada. But anyway, that's not the topic. Dito nga ako magpapalipas ng gabi. Magluluto pa ako ng aking hapunan tonight kasi the last few days wala pa akong kain-kanin. More on tinapay. So ngayon, tatapusin ko lang ang video dahil gusto ko na magpahinga. Gusto ko nang mag-edit ng videos. Itong napapanood ninyo the next few days pa to. Medyo late ito dahil siyempre editing. And then yung bagong upload ko pala ngayon, yung bagong upload time ko ngayon guys ay hindi na siya 9:45 ng gabi. So ang bagong time ng aking uploading is umaga dito sa Canada. At least meron akong enough time hanggang 11 o'clock. Makakatulog lang ako ng 5 hours. And then sa umaga i-upload ko siya. So gabi dyan sa Pilipinas, gabi nyo siya mapapanood. Bago kayo matulog, mapapanood nyo muna kung anong nangyari. Kasi itong trip na to, medyo mahaba to. Ang pinakaayaw ko dito, yung puntahan yung Montreal, daanan yung Montreal. Ano pa ba yun? Montreal at saka itong 401. But I think hindi ako dadaan ng 401, aakit ako dun sa taas. Kaya ayaw kong bumiyahe sa area, but wala akong choice dahil nilagay nila ako sa RGN at meron akong load. Dapat yung aking load na papuntang Atlanta, yun sana yung Silent Air. And then ang balik for sure ay yun na namang farm equipment, pabalik na sa Saskatchewan. And second, mapapadalas yung aking pasok ng Saskatoon or ng Warman kasi point to point na ako. Hindi na ako pwedeng magbaba ng load from point A to point B na ibababa ko siya and then the next day sasalpak ako ng ibang trailer. Hindi na mangyayari yon. Itong dala kong trailer, ito ngayon ay hindi sa akin pero kinargahan, pero pagbalik ko kukunin ko yung trailer na naka-assign sa akin. So mangyayari, kung meron akong load, i-deliver ko talaga all the way sa customer. Wala na yung drop and hook na mangyayari. Okay? So mapapadalas yung aking pasok ng Saskatoon, ng Warman, ng Q-Line kasi wala at hindi na ako nakabase sa Winkler. Pupunta ako ng Winkler, like example, meron akong i-drop doon or iiwanan ko yung aking truck. Lalo na pag uwi ko, iwanan ko sa Winkler yung aking truck. Then, or example, meron akong load na kailangan kong i-drop doon at magbababtel ako papuntang Winnipeg para safe yung load. So ganun na lang siguro ang mangyayari sa akin. Pero hindi ko na base ang Winkler, umalis na ako sa Winkler. So ang aking terminal ngayon ay Saskatoon. So shout out sa mga madadaanan all the way hanggang New Brunswick, Montreal, Quebec. And naalala ko pala, unang punta ko ng Quebec, unang punta ko ng Montreal, dyan sa may Flying J, mayroong McDonald's dyan, di ba? Hindi, bumili ako sa McDonald's. Eh, sabi ng babae, hindi siya marunong mag-Ingles. Ang sabi ko naman, hindi ako marunong mag-French. Isang word lang ng French ang alam ko. Sabi niya, ano daw? Sabi ko, French fries. Keep safe and keep on trucking.